Banana and Bears Rugby Pod.
Fake M&Ms or N&Ns. I'm raging. I'm raging that you have them now, and I've no sweeties at all. I'd murder a pack of even
Oh
the
no.
fake wine gums now. I would.
Oh yeah. A few of them are risky. Do you know what they also have fake of is and these are some of the best fake sweets you could ever have is the fake peach rings.
Do you know? I can take or leave. I overdid it on the peach rings. I think I ate too many.
Nothing worse.
I did.
Nothing worse.
I
I go on, what did you do? I'm afraid to hear the rest of this
no.
story.
I like that. I think I had 2 or 3 long drives and peach rings.
Mm.
Were I said I get a bag for each drive because sure I won't, and I'll keep one in the glove box. Sure, did I? I had the two of them gone in both directions at the
Mm.
first night, and after that I was like, oh, I can't. I mean, combined with all the other shite I was probably eating out at the petrol station the same night. I've cleaned up my act a small bit now, but the peach rings I overdid it, and I overdid it.
Yeah. No, and it changes it forever. I had peppers once when I was hungover, and I haven't felt the same about them since. And that was when I was in first year of college.
What?
So, yeah, I
Jeez.
haven't. And I used to eat peppers, like put them in all my dinners, and since then I haven't. And it was because of that, just that day hungover.
Well, there's something in squashies that I think they understood that there's a limit, and they have broken through some sort of fourth dimension where I cannot eat too many of those. I can't. I can't. Financially, it would break me to try and test my guts on those
I'd
fucking
say
things.
I'd say they behave like, do you know, when you get your walls insulated. Do you know, you
My
eat it and then it goes
my BER
inside your
rating
belly.
My BER rating is through the roof. Yeah, yeah. You could sell me at an A grade house. Hey, welcome everybody to the podcast. Thanks very much for
Oh yeah, the
for joining
podcast.
us as we talk about knockoff spurious sweeties. But hey, listen, I'm not farting around here. It was always a legitimate podcast, rugby podcast, because Anna was involved and my adjacency to rugby and whatnot. But now, right now, the name of Anna hasn't picked a famous player's name. Anna's name this evening is Champion de France. Did I say that fair or wrong?
It wasn't too bad.
They know what I was saying, would they?
It would. Oh Jesus, they would. They would around
Because
here anyway. After listening to us sing it all fucking weekend.
because not only is Anna an actual rugby player for a very serious team, she is a champion of France, which is
Yeah.
ridiculously difficult thing to do. By Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, talk us through. So you missed the semi-final against, was it Perpignan, the semi-final? You had to fly home for the wedding.
That's right. Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. So missed the semi-final against Perpignan, which was tough because it was really big occasion for the club and for the girls, and it was a great match, and they played really well. So it's hard then, to kind of come out and come back in having missed that and trying to, gel with the team and all the rest. And but it was fine. Wasn't feeling sorry for myself. Just, you have to get on with it. And we oh sir Jesus, so the game was on Saturday. I think I messaged you and I was telling you a little bit about the actual event itself. So a
Yeah.
club will apply. Yeah, a French club applies to host this event, but you can't be one of the teams that's in it. So you have to be a neutral French club. So a neutral French club will apply to host the final of the underage boys and the underage girls, and then the women's and things like that. It was so
Did they only have a
cool.
week?
Like,
Did they only have a week to be picked? Because between semi-final and
no,
final,
no,
no?
no. We knew because it has to be neutral for everyone, you see.
Oh, so
So,
go back pre-quarterfinal, we'll say. Pre-quarterfinal.
yeah, we knew in April or March even that this club had been selected. So it's outside of Lyon, which is fucking, if you know your French geography, the other side of the country
Yes.
from La Rochelle. It's over near fucking it's over near Italy, like over near the Italian-German border there, or Italian-Swiss border, I should say. And so we had, and it was on Saturday, so we had to leave Friday morning. People had to take work off and everything. And all day in the bus, but we stopped in Brive to do our captain's run. And yeah, so stopped, to shake the legs and get out of the bus and all the rest. And then we ate because we'd all brought our own lunches, and we got back on the road and got into Lyon Friday night, slept there, up the next morning. We were playing at 2, which is a good time. And to this club, hang on, Bourgoin-Jallieu is the name of the
God, that sounds fancy,
place.
doesn't
And
it? If I saw that in a menu,
yeah,
I'd ask you. No, I wouldn't even ask you what it means. I'd just go, Anna, should I eat that? And you go, absolutely.
order it.
Go on.
Just order it, yeah.
Probably
Lyon's
tastes
famous
like
for Lyon. But it's funny you say that, because Lyon's famous for, like, it has this traditional French food that's like all kind of offal and like
Oh,
gizzard and all these bits.
tripe and
Very
drisheen.
famous in Lyon. Yes, exactly, yeah. So that's kind of what it sounds like when we're saying Bourgoin-Jallieu there. But anyway, it was unbelievable. Like all the finals all day, the under-18 girls, the division 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 essentially, and the reserves and all the rest. So just everyone from rugby was there. I met so many people. Like the Italian girls were there because some of them play in France. So I met my old teammate from Harlequins, Giada Franco, who's like a fucking legend essentially. And
Yeah.
it was just so nice to see her, and met just bumping into people all over the place. Like, well, how are you? What are you doing here? And like Canadian, French, Italian, like it was so cool. It was such a great
So
event. And it was
have
just
they 3 or 4 pitches that you were all able to play even at different times? You couldn't go out into the one pitch like.
no, none of the matches clashed fully. Like if you were there for the whole day, you could watch all the rugby, but it was between 2 pitches, so you had
Yeah.
a pitch to warm up as well.
Yes.
So when warm up was going on, there was so it actually, geez, they did a fine job. And this is what I was telling you, they had a brass band.
Yes.
Chatting to the brass band, and I asked them all the questions that we were wondering about. What's the deal? Like, are you local? Do they pay you to come in? And I feel like I asked them all the questions, and I either didn't listen to the answers or they didn't give me the answers. So we're still at square one.
Because when you started that
information.
sentence on your voice note on Saturday, I was like, go on, go go on, and we're none the wiser. Okay.
Yeah,
But
none the
I
wiser.
could
But they were local.
completely
I knew that.
understand, because that would definitely happen to me, where my excitement and I'd have so much preparation in my head in that moment going, and then something would happen where I wouldn't have retained that piece of knowledge at all. Shit, anyway.
Yeah. I know. And they were so good. My God, they were just playing away. And I got lost from everyone, and I was just there dancing on my own. They were delighted with me, and making friends with other people who just come dancing with you as well. The power of a brass band, I tell you that much.
Oh,
It gets under your skin. It gets into your heart and your soul.
Now go back. You're in the celebratory mode here now. We go back. You're playing Toulon in the finale, and
so
were you favourites?
So it's Division 2, just to remind people. So it's still I'll come back to that in a minute. So Toulon, we had beaten them twice already this season. We beat them quite handily when they came to La Rochelle, and we only just scraped by when we went down to Toulon. So they're well drilled. They have a couple of Canadian girls as well. Shout out to the gals if they're listening. And they're good. Like, they're well drilled, and they had. I thought they played better at the weekend than they had done all season. I actually think that we were almost not as good as we could have been, but we kept ahead, which is important. So La Rochelle, this team had lost 2 finals in a row. So this was their 3rd final in 3 years, having lost the previous 2.
Yeah, isn't that an interesting story tied in with the Leinster thing? You know what I mean? The intertwine. Like, isn't that crazy? And then Toulon happened to be the ones that you were playing. Like, I know. Wow.
Yeah, it's funny actually. Yeah, and I was like, I found coming into the club this year, and I said this to the girls, and I said this to the coaches. I was like, there seems to be this narrative of oh, because we lost the last two, we will win this one.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah.
But that's not how it works. Like we were talking about this already, the whole George Hook thing, like sport has no memory.
That's again absolutely spot on. That is sport has.
And he's right.
Yeah, he's
sport
right.
has no memory. Because he was talking about when Munster were in the 2006 final, but it is actually true. Like, you don't win because you lost the previous two. You win because you're a better team and you've learned from those mistakes. So, but it was funny. Someone in the pub, which pub says you, McNulty says,
of course.
And someone in the pub said, Jesus, everyone thought Leinster was going to win this one because it was their turn. And I was like, that's not how it fucking works. You need to, and I was afraid. I was afraid we were fucking going to do a Leinster on it because of that narrative. Like, well, we'll win this one because, but anyway, we'd done a lot of prep. We got in a mental prep guy who was brilliant and did some brilliant stuff with us. But like they scored the first try, and we like kept our heads. It was fucking boiling and it was so heavy. It was actually like really tough conditions to play in, but we responded well, and we kind of went ahead. Our kickers are unbelievable. Our kickers are better than the kickers in Division 1, I tell you that much. And they're only fucking 18, 19 years old. And we kind of got ahead, and then they got the first try of the second half. But we responded again and again with our penalty kickers. Like, we just kept the heads, kept in front. It actually was 30-19 to finish, which actually flattered us a lot. I think it was a much closer game than that. But fuck it, we managed to hold out in the end, and we bloody won the fucking thing.
So was it 10 penalties you got? Or had you got tries in there?
No.
Yeah.
We got, did we get 3 tries? It must have been 3 tries.
Did you go over for one? Did you go over for one?
I scored the first try, yeah.
I'm circling the drain here, hoping you're just going to be a small bit. I know it's a team sport and everything, but you can have a bit of Anna time if you don't mind. And your name is in the title of the podcast. And say, go to Anna's Instagram and look at a class photograph. That's not
the photo of this try. That was a photo from a try a few weeks ago.
Fuck it, go look at that one anyway. It's a great one. There's ones hanging off you everywhere, and you still get the old fucking paw through. Yeah. It's a great try. So you scored the first try. You caught the game by the scruff of the fucking neck and said, "Oi, fucking now, Turkish."
It was coming because we've been putting pressure on for a while, but at the same time, like it fucking needed to happen in that moment because, but that's what we did. We took the game by the scruff of the neck and we were like, right, fucking no more fucking around now. Let's go.
Was it off the back of them all? Tell us. What kind of try was it?
No, it was I was kind of the troisième ligne, what do they call the back row, splits up between the pitch, so you always have one, what are they called? Back row. Jesus, one back row in one wing and another back row, another wing, another one that like floats in the middle and hangs out with the centres basically. Yes. And just the ball kind of got through the first 2 forwards phases, like crash, and then out to the centres and like dummy pass, cut back in the inside under the posts.
Who did you skin? Inside? Just skin inside their number 10, or who did you grease by?
There were 2 backs anyway that were like tearing it across and just scoop the inside. They both went. Nice. They both went west, and I turned back east, and yeah.
Class. Oh. Was that now? Please tell me somebody was videoing this game.
Yeah, it was recorded. All right. Right. I saw it back somewhere, but I was in the pub. So I had forgotten that I had seen it.
Jesus, we need to get the footage of this, and I'll rob it and rip it up and rip up your try. And I'll cut your try and just put it up on the page.
I don't know. Did you see my story this week? But did you see my story? Did you see the story of me speaking French?
I think so. I think I did. I look at I wouldn't look at many people's stories, but when your stuff pops up, close friends that pop up, and interesting fucking people, to be honest, or people at least trying to make things entertaining.
Well, I must say the interaction across my social media all weekend was just fucking gas because of the the parade and the market and the fucking swimming in the old port, like, oh Jesus, like it was unbelievable the weekend. And like I'll come back to that in a minute. But we went to the the local radio station here yesterday, and he asked me some questions because it was the first try scorer.
Right.
But he had obviously done his research. There's a load of us in the room, and he was like, "So is the player Anna Caplice there?" He's obviously speaking French, like. And I was like, "Oh my God, what the fuck's he going to ask me now? Like, I hope he doesn't ask me something that I don't understand, you know." And he was like, "Oh, you scored the first try?" And I was like, "Yes, yes, yes." And then he was like, so they started to record this because they'd obviously done their research and they wanted to, I don't know, just tag, like, I don't know, they're like, "Oh, you're from Ireland," and just tag me in it or whatever. I was like, "Oh yes," and he was like, "So has Ronan been in touch?" And I was like, "Who?" And all guys
Class.
like, "Whoa!"
Class.
Like, sorry, Raj. But yeah, oh yeah, everyone responding to my story, being like, "This is so cool that you're speaking French," because they recorded it and they reposted it.
Brilliant.
Like I've got
No, I
about
missed
100
I missed that one because
responses.
I saw you in the port and I saw you around the town and stuff like that, but I definitely missed this one.
No, everyone responded to it saying like, "My God, your French is so good," but I was like, "Fuck, no one understands the joke." So yeah, I was like, well, anyway,
I'm
but it's
tagging.
gone now. It's gone.
I'm. Oh no, repost it or send it to me. I want to see. I want to tag. I'll tag Ronan shamelessly in it. I don't care. And just get Raj.
You're not the one that fucking feed him around. But anyway,
What's he gonna do? Fight you?
anyway,
Do you know what I mean?
he might. He might.
Oh, my money's on
Can't
you.
believe you don't. Can't believe you don't know who I am. Anyway, oh, sorry. When I messaged you, and there's a point to all this. So not just like shiting on just for the sake of shiting on. There's a point to this. But like last week when we kind of, you know, before you play in a final, there's, you know, a big opportunity to kind of open up and talk about what it means to you emotionally. And we kind of did it a bit throughout the season as well, so that we were a bit prepared for it, and you don't just lash out all this emotion, you know, in the finals week.
Yeah.
But it was a really nice, we had a few nice moments, and like we had a really lovely evening where we all just kind of sat in a circle and spoke about like what you're playing for and what will you be thinking about on Saturday and why do you want to win or something like that. And I was just like, it was all very emotional, and you know, my family and my this, my that, and it was really nice to hear from players. And then when I spoke, I was like, I'm gonna play for all of you, because I can see the disappointment that you still have from last year, and I want to change that for you and change this, you know, narrative for the team and la la. And also I want to go across the old port in an open top bus. And yeah, and everyone started laughing because we're all thinking like, that's not going to happen. Like, they're not going to give us an open top bus. So actually someone asked, can we have the open top bus if we win? Because, sorry, one detail I left out, we have 2 women's teams here. We're in the 2nd division and the next team is in the next division down. So both of us won the final. So we have 2 boucliers. Do you know the bouclier is the thing that like Antoine Dupont went surfing on? It's fucking 20 kilos of a shield. Like, we've 2 of them. Fucking carrying them around, La Rochelle.
Can I just point out the lads, they fuck all. They've nothing this year. Correct?
Well, they're still playing.
Yeah. But they ain't gonna win it this year.
Playing.
They're not. This isn't their year.
No. So yeah, so the open top bus, I don't know where it is, where it's parked up, but it needs to change its fucking filter because the filter will be blocked. Anyway, we asked, and I think that the answer was no. Either we asked and they said no, or we didn't ask. But anyway, there was no open top bus for the 2 teams. So that's 50, 60 players, you know, who've just won, you know, their league. And anyway, the fucking trip back from Lyon.
I was just thinking of it.
We stayed to watch the Division 1 final between Bordeaux and Clermont, and it was fucking unbelievable. Jesus, brilliant game of rugby. Very physical. Yeah, it was awesome. It was on telly as well, which was really nice to see. And the atmosphere was unbelievable. There was flares and flags and the marching band and the brass band, and it was fucking class. Just an amazing like women's rugby event, but or just sports event in general. Anyway, that means we departed about 9 or 10 o'clock at night and drove all the way through the night. Now, we had drinks and we had a good old time on the bus until about 2 or 3 o'clock was probably a good idea to go to sleep, get a few hours of sleep because we were going straight out the next day.
Oh, sure, Super Sunday.
Sure. Absolutely. And why would you continue to party on a fucking bus? Like, party when you get home and you can go out.
Yeah.
Well, some people didn't get the message and they were singing until about 5 minutes before we arrived into La Rochelle.
Ah, Jesus.
And
Which was
then
what time? About 9 in the morning, I suppose.
Yeah, it was 9 o'clock in the morning. And the second team, because they had gone to sleep, were very wise, and they said, right, we're meeting at the Big Wheel at 9:45. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going anyway. And I got I'd say about 20 minutes sleep. So I was like, I'm going anyway. By the time we got there, one of the coaches' wives had made, because she was at home, had made a cardboard bus.
Oh my God. Yes, I saw that. I saw it. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah. To carry around the town. And we had a boombox. And this is the part I was getting to now, right? Because, obviously everyone's familiar with the men's team and like them going across the old port and it thronged with people. And like, it was very special for those players and for everyone that was there. Like, everyone talks about it. Like, it was just like immense. Like, it was just wonderful. There was a few people that came to their windows and started waving the flags. Right. And there was all these people sitting out having their breakfast. And it was like, we went up the
10 o'clock in the
narrow
morning.
streets. 10 o'clock in the morning, we went up the narrow streets. Everyone's turning around, what's going on? And booming around town. And like the kind of smaller reception that you get than the big, huge, massive professionally is so special that I tell you now, if people go on about, the men's game isn't the same anymore because the players are too professional and you can't even talk to them. And there aren't these moments of real intimacy between fans even, and between players and fans, and between even the players and things like that. Like that's where women's sport is at now. That's where women's rugby is at the moment. And it's about to change. Like, it's starting to change now. I tell you now, lads, if you want to feel something like so special, fucking go and link up with, start supporting your local women's team, your local women's sporting team, because everyone is about to get on this bus. Like, everyone is about to start supporting with, like, it was so unreal. And I've been there before with, like Richmond and when I won the Premiership with Richmond, when we won the AIL with UL Bows, but it's starting to kind of change in that people will turn their heads a bit quicker for you and like, oh, the women, and they're like, people like, it's just, it was so unreal. And like, we went to the market and we fucking stayed all day at the market, like outside the pub, which is the pub that I went to the very first time I came to La Rochelle, in which I met the coach of the women's team, and that was the reason why I ended up coming to La Rochelle anyway.
Yeah.
So spent all day there. It was unbelievable. Like, I can't put into words how much fun it was, how much crack it was, how gorgeous of a day it was. And just everyone, we went through the market with the bus and everyone doing their, Sunday morning shopping in the market and the boom box, and all of like the people selling their sausages and the fellas selling the wine, and the butchers and the fishmongers were all cheering and like, wait. And like the whole market, all these old ladies, it was so fucking cool. I was just buzzing. We were all buzzing. And then like people ran out, like the guy with the sausages ran out and gave us a big pile of sausages. And then we went through the market and some fella gave us like 2 glasses of wine, and like they gave us bottles of wine, and we're handing everything. Oh, it was just
This is
epic.
Disney
It was,
movie stuff right there. Like, do you know what I mean? That's the pure. Do you know, like the Disney movie, like Mighty Ducks kind of vibe? Like, there's such warmth in
yes,
that. Like, isn't it? Like, you take
yeah.
away, like, yeah, great and all what the lads did, and it was great for the town and the club and everything. But it's on in your head. It's almost an unattainable, not quite at where soccer's at, because those people are, they're aliens as a result. As a result of
Different,
the.
yeah.
It's just on another, and the lads are kind of go, but this is the crest of the wave that we fucking have been talking about for 2 years. Like, this is the crest of the wave
Mm,
that
mm,
when you see the actual joy and warmth and happiness in people's faces in the real world, in real time, which is, I talk about this all the time, that when people ask me about the opinions of public and stuff, I meet the public in real time. So I know what they're thinking.
mm,
It's not, I don't need to do a Red Sea poll.
mm,
You did your own Red Sea poll, and that you're like, this is class. People they're not doing it. They're not making allowances for us being here and going, no, sure, go on. We'll go over and shake hands with the girls. Fair play to them. People were
mm.
genuinely on a buzz because they're like, fuck, yep, yep. Because I remember your voicemail, I was covered in sawdust at the time. I mean, covered. And it was just, I was coughing and spluttering. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, the phone's buzzing there. What's that? And I just played your voice note, and you were in the warmest place. Do you know what I mean? There was Christmas in your voice. Like, you were just
Mm.
like, Tom, the girls are going on about going up the road. I never want this moment to end. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just needed to walk outside and shake like a dog. But I'm like, I could do with this moment ending, right? But
yeah,
it was so nice to hear how happy you were, but not in it. You were just like one of those, like, you're almost like in a philosophical kind of state. You're like, dude, this is so cool right now. This is
yeah,
so cool. And rugby has done this right now. It's making old women damn near dance in the street. Like, we're having our own mini festival, impromptu festival, do
yeah,
brightening
yeah,
up the whole town. Like, and I would
yeah,
dare say, like, there'd be a fucking bus for you there next year. And it is going that way. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. So the interesting thing is, um, unless you come back to what happened at the end of the celebrations shortly, but while we're on the topic, the interesting thing is that we have to play a barrage,
Yes, the final,
an
but
access match, playoff. So after fucking drinking the arse out of it, um, all day Sunday and a bit of Monday, and we had a bit of celebrations on Tuesday, but kind of low key. We got back to training today because the winner of the league has to play against the third bottom from League One.
why third bottom?
So
Why do you get third bottom? Are
because
just two, one and two just gone? They've been relegated. Is that it?
two, that's it. The bottom 2 are coming down to Division 2. So we have to play against. So it could be the 3 teams from Division 1 come down to Division 2. But I don't know. I think that because it's third from bottom, I think it's not a massive chance that we'll beat them. Like, we definitely wouldn't be favourites. But it's on here in the Flange. It's on here in the stadium. So I actually, after missing the
Oh,
semi-final, get one more chance to play here. And after our fucking tearing around the town on Sunday and everyone getting so excited for it, loads of people are coming to watch it.
oh no.
So yeah. So it'll be good. I hope. That's all I hope. I hope it'll be good. And to be honest, either result for us is actually all right, because whether you're in division, you could be in Division 1, which is fucking massive deal, or you could be in a stronger division and stronger again Division 2 next year.
Yeah, I'm
Do you know what
with
I
you.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we'll see. It's actually kind of nice after a final to go and play again. To go and fucking run around
Do you know
again
what?
with the
I
girls.
get that. Yeah, that makes sense because it's like I never want this to end, which is what you said in the yoke.
Yeah,
Was like,
yeah.
oh, we get another bite of this pie, and we'll probably have Savage Crack again afterwards, regardless
Yeah.
of, because it's in town. No traipsing. That's a big thing. No, who are you playing?
Who we playing? Bobigny. They're a suburb in a club in a suburb in Paris.
So Bobby Knee.
So
Bobby Knee.
yeah, Bobby Joe.
Bobby Knee
They-
sounds like the most redneck name you'd give, your dog or your kid. That's my that's my Lillian, Bobby Knee. She got crossed ass because
Bobby.
she got kicked by a mule back in, Bobby Knee. Hey, if all those girls turn up with fucking mullets, you know something's up. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, they're tough out, these girls, so it's going to be physically like, because I changed from 8 to 6 for the final because of a few different reasons, but I had to tackle way more because the 8 stands out in the
in 50,
backfield.
yeah.
So, which I was telling you about before, but I'm bollocks. Like it was so physical. Like I think like any final you'd expect to be, but I just feel like my body at my age now is just taking longer to recover than usual. Well, either that or I'm just like, I think that that's the case because I'm older. Do you know what I mean?
I would also, Anna, I'd go so far as to say, you've been playing fucking 8 all season. You
I
haven't been
know, yeah.
you haven't been going around smashing people all
I
season.
know. I
So
know, I know, I know.
I wouldn't put age on it at all. You know full
Yeah,
well you'd be as hard as a coffin nail if you'd been bashing people all season.
yeah,
But
true as well.
instead, you've been out going, gives the ball. Come on,
I've been
girl.
standing in the backfield like, get up and make your fucking tackles.
I mean, and
I did.
also then it's not like you went and, hit the cryo chamber, had an early one, had a bit of a rub down the next day, maybe got a nap, went out and met some people
I
for a couple of
still,
limoncellos, and just,
I
chilled with Netflix. You went on the absolute ran tanny tan then, and ran around the
but
town like a fucking lula for fucking
but
2 days.
after spending all night in a fucking chair
Yeah,
on the bus,
leaping around
I
the place,
was
and you slept for 20 minutes, which is worse, I think.
it.
I would never want to sleep in any motorized vehicle unless I can lie down because I will wake up with my neck down in
No.
my hole, just going, well, this is do you know what I mean?
I know
Your
it
neck is
was
supposed to be,
but it was like a form of torture.
yeah.
I felt like it was like being in a torture chamber
It was
because
Guantanamo
the
Bay
coaches,
on the fucking
the
Volvo
coaches
bus.
wouldn't, the coaches wouldn't stop singing, and I was like half asleep, half in pain, couldn't move, just like.
And none of them knew the bog down in the Valio. None of them knew it. I guarantee you. They were all singing out French shit. You're going, come on, girls. This is
Not
pure
a
shit. Come on now.
hope. Not a hope. We did do the siege of Venice outside the market on the Sunday.
Oh, like a proper Kaylee, like you. Oh, of course, you've taught the
Yeah,
girls how to
because
do.
I taught them on Paddy's Day. But Jesus, the amount of Irish people I met around the market on the Sunday, like fucking hell. My embassy duties continue in La Rochelle.
It would
Like
seem
with the
so.
streak. Yeah,
The Ministry
yeah.
of Anna,
Like,
just fucking welcome
oh, I
everybody.
tell you.
Have you
Yeah,
thought about
I know.
setting up shop over there and just going, just meet at the Anna? Where's the Anna? 9:45. Be in the market. She'll be eating a sausage.
Yeah, yeah. Or croissant preferably, but anyway.
A croissant.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, but what the other thing? Oh yeah, the last thing I went, I went into the club then yesterday. What was I doing there? And I had bruises on my leg, obviously. And someone pointed, and they were like, "Is that from the match or is that from jumping in the old port?" So when you walk across the old port when the sun is out, you'd meet as many people as you would when you're walking down the street of Mallow, like because everyone is sitting out. There's so many chairs there. There's so many restaurants. People like you wave at so many people. So after a while, myself and Louise, my Swiss teammate, she loves McNulty's as well. So we went down to McNulty's for a quiet pint. After all the madness, and we met Ulton as well there.
Ulton Delan of
And
Kerry or Tralee fame. Anybody who's wondering?
yeah, and who was delighted for us. And we were like, "Mon, we're going to jump in the port." And we ran down, because McNulty's is only around the corner from the port. Ran down, stripped off. Sure, the whole fucking place is looking at you like, and did a quick run up, jump in, dived in, and I even was sent videos of myself from people who were sitting and having their dinner, of our arses flying through the air into the old port. And like, the message got out anyway, but like, I went into school and someone said, were you swimming in the old port? I thought I saw you swimming in the old port or jumping into the old port. I was like, yeah. And they were like, Anna, all the teachers are like, Anna, you can't do that. Like, the boats dump their toilet water in there. And I was like, yeah. I know, it's like any port, full of shit. But like, I was like, look, I'm grand. We're alive. It was fun.
Yeah.
And has to be done. So, you know.
Hey, listen, when you sidestepped that mackerel fucking scenario back there a while back, was it a mackerel or whatever you sidestepped? I'd say
sardine.
We could drop you into Chernobyl. You'd be the finest. You'd come back out going, "What's up, girls? It's all right. Some cracking here. You're all right. You ain't catching anything after that. Not a fear. Not a fit."
No.
But you went into the club, you bruises all over your legs, and they were figuring, oh, they'd caught wind of it too inside the club, that our number 6 from the weekend was leaping down the shitty pond.
Yes, yeah, a few people who work at the club as well told me that they saw us, and they were singing Ireland's Call when we were jumping in the ocean, but we didn't hear them. So no, the word got out anyway that we were jumping in. Yeah, exactly.
Good.
So
that's what you're supposed to fucking do. At least you're setting precedents around the place. Here, don't be shy about it. This is how you celebrate. If I have to show you it, and this is how you fucking celebrate. Do you know if you're going to be playing 6 at the weekend?
No, I don't know yet. No, we'll see.
You might throw me back at 8 there again. You know yourself. You know yourself, girls. Throw me back at 8 there. Just deep heat the legs up. You'll be grand. Keep nice and limber. You'll be fine. Jesus, what a tremendous way to celebrate. Did you get a medal?
Oh, we did.
Have it.
I brought it in. I brought it into the kids in school.
How cool is that for it? Like, did you ever have a teacher that was doing cool shit? I didn't have a single teacher that did a single cool thing over the weekend. Do you know what I mean? To the point where you go, never did I have a single one. Do you know what I mean? All I had was cranky old bastards who were probably hungover, which for no good reason were they hungover on a Monday. Like, at least you didn't.
Yeah, I find generally though that students don't give a fuck.
I'd say still at the same time it's a good conversation piece. What Miss Capeless, Jesus Christ, she turned up and actually did way cooler shit than we did at the weekend. But I found
the class I had on the other day when I showed them the Megal, they're very small kids. They're only 5, or 5 or 6, and I was like, "Oh, look, I got this at the weekend." I'm showing them the medal.
That's savage. Jesus, that's not
heavy. It's heavy as
I
well.
see it the way it's not flapping around on the what we call. That is a proper medal. That's a weapon. That's class.
Yeah. I thought I damaged it because there was a black mark on it. Like, I thought I chipped it, but then I showed it to one of the girls and she just picked it off and she's like, "No, it's just a piece of
out of the sea. It's a piece of shite from the ocean."
It's a bit of shite from the old port. Anyway, when I showed it to the kids in school, they were like, "I have 4 of those." In French, obviously.
And you're like,
and they were
"No,
like,
you don't."
I was like, "No, you're not champion of France, little bollocks." No, I'm joking. I obviously didn't say that. But they were like, "Oh, is it your first medal you won?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Wow, I have 7 of them." So yeah.
Okay, all right, okay, yeah.
Expectations
can be tempered. Yeah. Expectations can be tempered. Like, I could literally do the coolest thing in the world, and I totally get my 4-year-old to go, "Oh, But look at this. And, oh, right. Okay.
Wouldn't give a fuck. Absolutely. He's
Do you
doing
know,
right too.
he thinks the coolest thing I have ever done in my existence was smashing my finger last the day actually you left a message. I I mean
No.
as hard as you can swing a lump hammer, and I mean everything that you have in your body. I was cracking this lump of wood to get a strip of wood in, and something dropped over the other side of the room, and I glanced for a second, and the next thing I connected with was my finger. Do you know utter silence
Oh
comes over
Christ.
you? Well, there's no shout. There's nothing. I'm just silence, just utter. And I burst it so hard that it didn't even bleed. The blood ran away from it. It split all across the top, down inside the nail, the whole lot, and it didn't even bleed. It was like, no, we're not sending any blood cells to that scenario. That is, oh my God. So it was,
Oh Christ.
yeah,
Farewell nail though after a while.
I would think so. It was on a 50-50. I put up a poll on, I think, Twitter or something, and like 78% were like, no, that's coming off. That's coming off. Even though we were on it relatively quick within 12 hours, because that's trying to sleep that night with your finger going, oh, oh. The following morning, called over to the mother's place, and she pulled off the old trick of heating a pin up on the gas and down into through the nail. And immediately, spurts of blood just come flying out from underneath the nail. It's gross, but amazing all at the same time. The pressure comes right off. Yeah. But she has a deft touch where she'll just get through the nail. She's not touching the flesh underneath it. And it's just little eruption of blood comes through. Oh my God, the relief. It was like,
Oh
oh,
my
Jesus Christ.
God.
Yeah. You would have loved it
That's what
in that
actually
weird, gross
happens.
moment.
Excuse me. That's what actually happens. The pressure from the blood that can't escape pushes the nail
Yeah.
out. That's
So
what it
that's
is.
why I was on the 50-50 myself, but Twitter would believe otherwise, I think.
Do you think? Hang on. Can you see mine?
Yeah.
Do you think? Do you think I need to put a nail through that?
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
That's from playing the drum in the brass band.
You strained your fingernail just from, wow.
Or like hit it off the rim.
Okay. No, you're going to be okay. It's only if the entirety, if you can see that, if the entirety is covered
Yeah,
in that,
yeah.
but
Oh,
but
Jesus.
oh, I mean everything.
Very interesting.
I was emptying that hammer, a lump hammer, a good sized lump hammer. I was emptying that
Oh.
fucking thing into the, oh, oh. But anyway, well, hey, tremendous. This is, I actually didn't want to talk about any of the other rugby, but we may as well
I was
quickly.
going to say, was there any rugby on? Do you know the last bit of rugby I actually watched was Munster and Ulster, and that was absolute pants.
Oh, but and to be fair, against Ospreys, it wasn't hectic. A few magic moments from, like, Zebo looks like the best 15 in Ireland right now. He's just,
Jesus.
I don't know how he can create that space. He just has this like diddle 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 diddle. He just able to. They in fairness, the Ospreys threw the kitchen sink at him, but Munster, like, they listen to the commentators. They're like, I mean, how is this team gonna beat anybody with this kind of carry on? You're like, you do realize they're in a semi-final, or like they're in a quarterfinal. They ain't. What the fuck you talk? Like, Jesus Christ, can you see that they're not trying to show their entire deck, and they're not trying to empty the tank against the lads who just about got into the top 8 at home? Like, tone it down a fucking bit. Like, tone it fucking down a bit. Do you know, they did win it last year, like, but it was interesting. It was a lot of one out runner stuff, just keeping it very, very simplistic. You can tell nobody looked bollocksed. Nobody looked
Yeah.
absolutely wrecked by the end. They just got the old job being done, and 'twas the finest. Like,
Okay.
do you know, it was
Okay.
grand. Craig Casey, if you can,
Yeah.
the one thing I will say from the Ulster match, Ulster harassed him so much at the whatchamacallit. If you haven't seen it, I don't know if Craig Casey's put it up. It'd be cool if he did. He should shamelessly put it up. But I don't know, was it Timony or somebody comes out to block him off? It was it's kind of an unsportsman thing to do. He jumps out of a ruck and
Oh,
to
yeah.
block his pass from the back of the ruck, which is all right, but it's like,
Mm.
but he's so big and so in the way that Craig Casey turns around, turns his back to him, and looks out over the touchline, shall we say, and throws a fucking millimeter perfect back pass around without
Oh,
looking.
yes.
Oh, straight to
I
Joey
saw it.
Carberry. It was
Yeah.
immense. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's all stacked in Munster's favour. They have Glasgow, who are class. They've got half the Scottish team. Um, they have them at home though this Saturday, and Leinster, the other remaining Irish team in it, are playing the Bulls down in Pretoria.
Oh Jesus, a
Yeah,
fucking those. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Um,
it's Munster did it last year. I don't know what way Leinster are after losing their third final. I don't. Who knows? I mean, like Sam Prendergast was pulling off fairly cool stuff the other night. Now he was pulling off cool shit. But
that's nice to see. Come here. Sorry. Sorry, mixing up the European Cup and the URC now because I thought that the South African teams have to play their knockout in a European venue, but that's not the URC.
no. The
Yeah,
URC is like the Celtic
yeah,
Cup. You get to play it
yeah,
where,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But
Um,
also that fucking balls heading down to Pretoria for one match,
it is, yeah.
uh,
It's a dose of shite. But I mean, Munster did it. I suppose they got two games. They beat the Bulls and the whatchamacallits, the
when you're
Stormers
going
down.
for the two games, it makes a difference.
I
Like
suppose it
it's
does.
different.
You're probably going to be there 3 weeks in total. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then it's straight back up the road if they do get around the Bulls, straight back up the road to
Yeah,
play. I don't know. Can
yeah.
Munster win it and get it to home their home one? I'm not sure. I was reading it like they can get it a home final as well. I'm guessing it's a points difference thing. I didn't think so. I thought there was a designated venue already, but I'm after reading it twice today. I was like, I don't know about that. But
Huh.
it sounds dodge anyway. But in all fairness, they've gotten it all in
Surely
their
not.
favor. No, they've gotten it all in their favor at the minute.
Where was last year's final on URC?
It was down in the Stormers against the Stormers. Sure, it was in their home patch. They played many
Oh my God,
fucking
you're
shite blocks,
yeah,
whatever his name is.
that's right. I was in Spain at a wedding. So that means that they could get a home semi-final.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a
yeah. I think
home
a home final.
draw. That's cracked. That's kind of nice. It's kind of a good way of doing it. Is it, or is it fair? I suppose.
Yeah. I
Anyway,
mean, it makes it different to the Champions Cup because sometimes, like when you see Europe, and it's great, no, but they were playing in fucking Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and like.
I
I
know.
get I
Yeah,
get the
I
financial reasoning behind this, but what the fuck are you paying a penny to soccer for when they've plenty of bobs? Like I know it's a cool stadium and everything like, but surely be the Jesus you could find a stadium in
I
Europe.
I didn't get it at all, and there was so much like, wow, this is so cool. It was obviously the narrative that was pushed. Like, why aren't you just using a fucking rugby stadium? And the other thing about that was, oh, that I wanted it, but now we don't have time to get into this tonight. But the whole Qatar
Oh God, I
hosting,
know,
like
yeah, yeah.
a Nation Cup thing, we'll get into that another time. I'm too happy to talk about that shite now this evening. But anyway, you have to go see a man about a dog.
Bollocks about a dog. I will say it is very funny the narrative that they're dragging up dust about the South Africa playing Ireland again. Um, I like Cheslin Cole. I don't know who's doing it. Your man Damien Delende was on. I don't know, was he talking with Jim Hamilton or something? But he was quoting like shite from 2017, kind of going, "Yeah, the Irish just, they have no respect for us." It's like, what? Sure, half you fuckers were playing in Ireland in the last couple of years. Like, what are you talking? What kind of narrative are you trying to? Are you just going to the well too many times, the old fucking Razzie well? And is this drying up where you're trying to build narratives and nail it to the fucking door of the dressing room and all the rest? Whereas Ireland are like,
I
oh, you're all right.
actually,
We
you know what? I don't even want to play South Africa anymore. Like, I was so excited about it last year, and now I'm just so tired of listening to that shite. Like,
yeah,
I get it from. It could be fun. It could be way more fun, but there's just, I don't know. There's just a complete like lack. There's a complete misread somewhere of like this whole. Do you know what it is? Uh, Ireland's so used to not being like world class at anything. So now that we've become a world class rugby team, people start to dislike us. And nobody dislikes the Irish,
yeah.
or at least traditionally and historically hasn't. And I don't like it. I don't like that no one likes us anymore.
To be fair,
Preferred being.
I think well, you're looking at it from a very small world point of view. I think Yeah, the Kiwis and the South Africans, but look, I could live with them not liking us. It's fine. It's
I
fine.
know it's true.
It's absolutely
I
fine.
know.
It's fine. I
I know.
don't mind. They're that far away. It's okay. It's all right. It's fine. And if it's only the handful of players, but and even don't mind a few bob when they fucking come here. Huh? They don't fucking mind a few bob when they come here. So
Yeah, it's true.
just saying. And to say that the Irish were traditionally no good at anything, I don't know if you got to witness the mixed uh fucking I guess it's 1600.
Oh,
Oh,
no, I haven't seen anything live. I haven't
oh,
been able to see anything live, but
you can watch the whole race on Twitter and watch it under the RT Sport thing because the commentator he breathes just vibes into that. He is living every run with those two women and those two lads, and I'm so happy for Charlie and Thomas Barr especially. He's been on the go a long time, but they all ran the perfect race in their timing. The way I know it's getting off topic, but it's just as an Irish sporting event.
oh
It
no,
got
absolutely.
it was chills. It was literally chills when Charlene got the baton. It was like, oh, here we go. And now she said it herself, which was class at the end. Like even there, and when she won her own, she won another race herself. I don't know, was it the 400 meters again? Or she won herself, but she had a great line. They were like, they were fucking boxing you in. She goes, I didn't play camogie all through my childhood to basically get fucking
No,
boxed in.
That was Kira
Oh,
McGeehan.
sorry, it was Kira. Yes, sorry. Jesus. It was a
Yes.
great line, though. I loved it. I didn't play camogie. She was really, really
Oh,
good speaker for somebody who had just won a race.
she's fucking brilliant. She's always been that way though. She came in to present our jerseys in Ireland a few years ago, and actually we've stayed in touch since. She's fucking legend. She sent me one of her jerseys. I have one of her jerseys at home. I was like, fuck, I wish I had it here with me and I'd wear it. But she's a fucking hero. But like you're right, the relay team are class. And then the women's relay team ran again. Was it this evening or was it last
This
night? And they
evening, I
came
think
second.
they got silver, yeah, this evening. Like that is
They got silver and
unbelievable. Like, but
unbelievable. Yeah.
it was almost it was akin to the two lads years ago rowing. Do you know like the excitement? It was like ah fucking, and it's nearly the same team. It's something you never see in athletics is a proper team effort. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was
And as well,
class. Mixed
mixed
as
is
well,
new.
yeah.
Mixed is
Mixed
new. I just think it's a fabulous event. And fucking makes for a good old build up to the Olympics.
doesn't it though? Doesn't it? Um. Anyway, right, I gotta go meet about Bollixon. And I don't know how we're gonna see in the fucking dark, but anyway, look, this is the only time I can get my hands on this bastard. I'm probably gonna get eaten
Hope doesn't listen to the podcast.
by the fucking pine marten up there. We have a pine
Oh,
marten, and he is absolutely smashing every great. Yeah, he's the coolest guy you've ever seen. You have never seen. He's so cool. The way I'll send you the video of him. We have a video of him.
is he
Uh,
like he's like kind of an otter or something?
yeah, he'd remind you of a honey badger.
Cool.
He is going around smashing grey squirrels. He's just smashing them
Oh
because he
Jesus.
can't get to the native ones, the native red ones, because they move too quick. I.e., exactly because they're both from Ireland. But the grey American infestation of them, of ones if there's a pine marten around, that guy's just going around fucking carjacking them everywhere, throwing them out of the tree.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he don't mess
Cool.
around. Right, mind the rooks and ihoa.
You are mind the rooks.
It's the Banana and Bears Rugby Pod.